Hi everyone, it's my YouTube channel. Welcome back to another video on my channel. Today, I'm going to talk about Collingwood, but talk more about Richmond and the game last night as well. Now, if you're returning Carrots and Magpies, welcome. Like, comment. But if you are new to the channel and you're watching this for the first time, like, comment and subscribe. I'm nervous about this game. Really am not nervous, to be honest. The reason why, as you know, I'll say it, is that I think that even though we're a chance, it's just doesn't feel right, yeah. It's just this game. I'm going for a walk because I'm nervous. At least I can think about this as well as I'm really worried about our game against Brisbane Lions, because I feel like if we do win, I don't know what my mood's going to be like. But in having said that, I think that we have a huge chance of winning, and I think this is a game that we have to win just to really soften up the top 8 blow a little bit as well on top of that. But I think this year's been so weird for us. I think that playing some kids, the injuries that we've had, and we had to get some depth in that team as well, and I think that's great. But I love it. I love the challenge that what we bring to today's game as well. It's nice outside. It's absolutely sunny. But on top of that, I still think that we have a massive chance as well. I'm trying to knock off a team like Brisbane Lions on their home deck. If you're a Collingwood fan, you're up in Queensland and you're going to the game, enjoy it while you can, guys. This is a great moment for all Collingwood fans around the world. We've been in great form over the last about 5 weeks. So we had a good win against West Coast and Richmond on top of that, and being competitive. But I want to see tonight's game and the game against Essendon as well on what we can do. I think that's how we're going to have to do it, to be honest with you. And I think that's how much that we have learned as well in our performances this year. As much as anything. So I think it's a must-win game. I think every week, but the consistency for me, I think is the key to this game. Naturally, because the way I see it, I think with Collingwood, I think our season, I think we're always not going to make finals since, I think, the Melbourne game. Next year, who knows? There will be a review of our game. Don't know if I'll do a review after the Essendon game or not of the season. But I will do certainly a review on where I had us as much as possible. But speaking of, obviously Richmond Of course, they've been another disappointing year as well. And they've had a disappointing loss. It was 50 points at one stage. Half time, you're thinking, oh, how much? 70, 80 points, or even nearly 100. But I don't know, like, I think now Richmond needs to start playing the kids. Obviously, they're going to have to make tough decisions on Cochrane, Basher Hawley. I think now it's time to get some kids into that place and really follow up, because I think Dusty coming back next year, you don't know when. I think as well, like, it was a really good game. I will go through that game in particular. 7 goals, 3-2, and then 4-3-10. Was it 12-5? And I was thinking to myself last night, like, what the fuck am I watching? Collingwood. Yeah, is this Collingwood type performance by the Giants against a team that's playing the grand final? But Richmond made their move. 2-1 to 3, and a score did dry up, but then 1-2 to 4-3. So in the end, like, Richmond came back, made it probably a half decent game, but I don't think they'll play finals this year. I think they're rebuilding next year too, guys. Many people expect Richmond to bounce back. I don't. I think that's it. I think that's going to be it for a while for Richmond. I think build on that next wave, get some kids coming through, play the youth, play these kids, have some experienced players around the joint. I think it's time to move on. I think the dream is over. I think that they run 2017, 2019, 2020. I think it's great. Miss out on 2018, of course. But the rebuild is now. Start rebuilding, start playing these kids. I think we have. And I think, because we had to do it earlier, we've fallen off the cliff. Like, we dropped from 4th to 8th. Then we beat West Coast in that elimination final and lost to Geelong, and we were off the pace that night too. The review afterwards as well wasn't great. I think now that we've rebuilded and play the kids, I think that gives us an extra step to try and get up there and build a dynasty of our own. I think what's needed at this football club for Collingwood, but I think for Richmond, go through a rebuild. Don't be like Hawthorn. Don't try and make a false top 4 and drop off severely, then you have to rebuild anyway. Start rebuilding now, that way you can get the list up and going a little bit. As much as anything. So, what do I expect that season's end? I think Richmond are going to miss out. As a Richmond fan, I'm pretty sure there's some out there. Do you think it's time for a rebuild? I certainly think that you have to now. I think even with the long season, because you're up there, I think physically, mentally, you might need a longer break. But I think now that the injuries are going to become that, I think that you're going to have to see, obviously the way that Richmond are playing. I just don't see top 4. I see I see either making 8 or outside the 8, but I don't think they'll do that well, to be honest. Look, I'll do my predictions now, and look, they'll come out. They'll come out next year. I'll do it. I'll look back on it and I'll go, I think now that Richmond are at the moment, they got themselves up for so long. I think it's bound to come back and bite them. In a way that, because you won so many in a row, it's only last you 4 or 5 years. It's not like if it's a 10-year thing or 20-year thing. Unfortunately, nothing lasts forever, so you have to be forced to try and get up there, but you lose draft picks. And I like to see Mosbioli play. I get some kids around and enjoy it. Glad they're not going after Chara. I think Richmond's going to go through that period now, and then they'll bounce back in about 2 to 3 years, if that, maybe a little bit longer. Start off this rebuild. Start off while you can. Get some 50 games to the kids or 100 games into the kids, and then see how you go. It doesn't hurt. Unfortunately, it does come to an end, but who knows? So, that's going to be the end of my video. Go to the Pies tonight. I will be cheering nice and loud, but if that, like, comment, and subscribe. Tell your family, tell your friends, tell your neighbours, go to my Pies. I will go into critically harsh on Collingwood. So there's 2 reviews going on. Naturally, after tomorrow's game and the last one against Essendon. Then I'm going to pretty much going to the AFLW season, so I'll do all the play ratings for this year for the boys, and then after that I'll do play previews as well. If I do, I might do one at a time, but I might get 2 or 3 videos out already in a day to get through the list as well. So that should be interesting itself. And I might do obviously more AML content throughout the rest of the season. I'll go through the other teams as well, where I had them on the ladder, and we'll take it from there, because I think there's some teams that surprised me this year in Sydney. They've done it off a couple of years, but nobody knew that they were rebuilding. I think that's what we're doing as well. We're not going to tell the public that we're rebuilding. It's just we're doing it ourselves. So I think that's a really good thing about it. But until then, go the Mighty Pies.